Hello student, in today's class we will discuss ratio proportion partnership exercise part 3. So let's see. Now there is a disclaimer. The images used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creator and owner of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concern or issue, please contact us at sathee@iit.ac.in and we shall remove the images. Now see the indexes. We see some questions related to ratio, proportion and partnership and then summarize our lecture. Okay. Now first see some formulas. How we can represent the ratios. If it is given that A to B, how we can write it? In two way, in the fraction form and in ratio form. A upon B, or we can write it A ratio B. Clear? So equivalent ratio will be, we can multiply it. If A ratio B equals to C ratio D, then we can say that A into D equals to B into C. In the same way, simplifying ratio, A upon B is always B in simplified form. What it means? It means their greatest common divisor should be 1. So, A upon B divided by greatest common divisor of A and B, both numerator and denominator, and then we get the number in simplified form, which is A ratio B. Clear? Now same, we see some formula of proportion. Proportion is nothing, just when two ratios are equal, then we call them, they are in same proportionate. As we see this, A upon B equals to C upon D, then we can write it in the formation of A ratio B, and this sign is represent the proportionate to C ratio D. We called A is first proportion, B is second proportion, C is third proportion, and D is fourth proportion. Clear? Same way, cross multiplication A into D, we can write it B into C. Continued proportion or mean proportion is when if A upon B equals to B upon C, then B is the mean proportion of A and C. B square equals to A into C, we can write it in the formation of B square equals to A into C. Clear? Now, let's see the next formula. Okay. Direct proportion. If X and Y are directly proportional, then X upon Y equals to K. K is a constant. So we can write it X equals to K into Y, where K is a constant. Clear? Inverse proportion. If X and Y are inversely proportional, then we can say that X into Y equals to K. Or we can say that Y equals to K upon X, where K is a constant value. Now see the partnership concept. If a group of n person invest different amount of money for different period of time, then their profit is in the ratio of A into T1, ratio B into T2, ratio C into T2, ratio D into T4, and ... X into Tn. Clear? Here, first person invest amount A for T1 period, second person invest amount B for T2 period. T represent the time and A and B, C and D represent the amount of money invested by the persons. Okay. Now see the first question. In two alloys, gold and silver are in the ratio 4:1 and 1:3. After alloying together 10 kg of the first alloy, 16 kg of the second, and several kilogram of pure gold, an alloy was obtained in which the ratio of gold and silver was 3:2. Find the weight of new alloy. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. First thing says that in first alloy, which is 10 kg, in this gold and silver are in the ratio 4:1. Clear? So total 5 unit will become 10 kg. So 1 unit will be 2 kg. So gold is 4 units. So gold is exactly 8 kg and silver is 2 kg. In the same way, in second alloy, which is 16 kg, gold and silver are ratio in 1:3. So 4 unit is equals to 16 kg. 1 unit will be 4 kg. So gold is 1 unit and silver is 12 unit. So gold is 4 kg and silver is 12 kg. Solution to be continued. Now according to question says that adding both the alloy and X kg of pure gold. Clear? The ratio of silver and gold in the new alloy is 3:2. So we add it gold with all the golds and silver, and we make the ratio, we get 3:2. Clear? So 8 kg gold, 4 kg gold, and we add sum. So we take x kg gold upon silver is 12 plus 2, which is become the ratio of 3/2. When we calculate it, we get x equals to 9. So question said that find the weight of new alloy. New alloy is 3 plus 2, which is 5 unit. So x equals to 9. So total weight of the alloy is equals to 5 into 9, which is 45 kg. Okay. Next one. Rupees 5,625 are divided among A, B and C so that A received half as much as B and C together. B received 1/4 as much as A and C together. Find the sum of A's and B's share together. Clear? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. According to question, A is equals to B plus C by 2. It is given in the question. A received half as much as B and C together. So we can write it A equals to B plus C upon 2. So we can write it B plus C upon A equals to 2 upon 1. We can say that. In the same way, A plus C upon 4 equals to B. It is given in the question. Clear? B received 1/4 of A and C together. So we can write it A plus C upon B equals to 4 upon 1. Clear? So first thing, sum of A plus B plus C will always be constant because all three receive the same amount of money in both the equations. So first we make them equal. So now there is A plus B plus C is 3 unit, and in the second equation, according to second equation, 4 plus 1 equals to 5 unit. So we take LCM, 3 and 5 equals to 15. So we make them A plus B plus C equals to 15. So in first equation, we multiplied by 5, numerator and denominator. And in second equation, we multiplied by 4. Clear? So when we multiplied it, we get B plus C upon A equals to 10 upon 5. Clear? When we multiplied by 4, 3, we get 12 upon 3. Clear? So B equals to 3, A equals to 5 and C equals to 7 we get from that equation. Clear? So the ratio of A, B, C, when we write in form of ratios, so ratio will be 5:3:7. Now the question asking, find the sum of A share and B share together. So what is the total amount? Total amount when we add it, 5 plus 3 plus 7, which is 15. And the share of A plus B equals to 5 plus 3 equals to 8. And total amount is 5,625. So 8 upon 15 multiplied by 5,625, which is 3,000. So B is the correct answer. Next one is, a man spent 2,310 on an average during the first 8 months. Clear? From the income. During next 4 months, he spent 1,800 on an average from his income, but he takes a loan of rupees 1,680 apart from his income to meet his both ends. If he spent all what he had, then the ratio of average income and average expenditure. So you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says that a man spent 2,310 rupees for 8 months continuously. So we can calculate the salary. So what will be the total salary in 8 months he spent? We multiply 8 multiply by 2,310 plus he spent 1,800 for last 4 months. So we multiply 4 into 1,800. Subtracting 1,680, which is he take loan. Okay, and divided by 12, then we get the average income. So when we solve it, we get the average income of the person is 2,000. Clear? In the same way, we calculate the expenditure, and now we are going to calculate average expenditure. So he spent 2,310 for 8 months. 4 months he spent 1,800. Clear? Divided by 12. When we solve it, we get 2140 rupees he spent average for every month. So the question is, what is the ratio of average income and average expenditure? So average income is, we get 2000, average expenditure is 2140. When we make the ratio, we calculate it. So we get 100:107. So this is the correct answer. Next one. In a family, the ratio of expenses to savings is 5:3. But his expenses is increased by 60% and income is increased by only 25%. Thus, there is decrease of rupees 3500 in savings. Find the increased income of the family. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Given that expense upon saving ratio is 5:3, it is given in the question. Let the total income is 8 unit, because income is expense plus saving. So we let it 5 plus 3 equals to 8 unit. Increased income is 25%. So what is 25% fraction value? When we increase it 1/4. So when we add it, we get 5/4. Fraction value of 125% is 5/4. So increased income will become 10 unit. Clear? We use this formula. Now, expense is increased by 65%. Clear? So expense is 5 only and increased by 60%. So fraction value of 160% is 8/5, which is 8 unit. Now our new saving will be, increased income is 10 unit, increased expense is 8 unit. So our new saving is 2 unit. And the difference between the savings, first he says 3 minus 2, which is 1 unit. And it is given that 1 unit is 3500. So 10 unit is, when we multiplied it, we get 35,000. So A is the correct answer. Next question is, Aarti has coins of the denomination of ₹1, ₹50 and 25 paise in the ratio of 12:10:7. The total worth of the coins she has is 75 rupees. Find the number of 25 paise coins. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now according to question, Aarti has 3 types of denomination money. 1 rupees, which we can say 100 paisa, 50 paisa and 25 paisa. Or we can say that 1 rupee, half rupee and 1/4 rupee. So we write it, 50 paisa is equals to half rupee, 25 paisa is equals to 1/4 rupee. And we know that the denomination are in the ratio 12:10:7. So we can multiply it and equate to total amount is 75. So 12, we take it 12x, 10x and 7x. We add it a variable. So 12x multiplied by 1 rupee plus 10x multiplied by half rupees and the 7x multiplied by 1/4, because 25 paisa is equals to 1/4 rupee. When we add it, it is equals to 75. It is given in the question. So when we solve it, we get x equals to 4. So question is, find the number of 20 paisa coins. Clear? This is 7. We take it as a 7x. So what is the value of the number of coins? 7 multiplied by 4, which is 28 coins, is the correct answer. Next question is, rupees 2186 is distributed among A, B and C if money given to them is decreased by 26 rupees, rupees 28 and rupees 32 respectively, then the ratio of their share become 9:13:8. What is the amount of money given to A? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says it, when the amount of money is decreases by 26, 28 and 32, then the ratio become 9:13:8. Clear? And the total amount which are distributed between these 3 persons is 2186. It is given in the question. So we let it, after decreasing. So total amount will be always be 2186. So ratio is 9x, 13x and 8x. When we add the amount which are reduced from their original amount, then we get the 2186. So we add it 9x plus 26. Again we add 13x plus 26 plus 8x plus 30, say 32, which is equals to 2186. Now when we solve it, we get x equals to 70. Now the question says it, what is the amount given to A? A get 9x plus 26. So we multiply 9 multiplied by 70 plus 26, which is 6656. Okay. C is the correct answer. Next one is, Sita and Geeta invested the same capital in a business. At the end of this, they share the profit in the ratio 3:2. If Sita has invested her capital for the whole year, for how many months Geeta has invested her capital? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to solve this question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says that their profit share is in the ratio 3:2. Clear? So the profit ratio is always equal to the ratio of product of investment and time. Clear? So let Geeta invest the capital for X month, and we know that the Sita invests her capital for 12 months. So the ratio will always be equal. So profit ratio is 3:2, and the time of investment, because they invest the same amount of money, so we can multiply by 1 in the same both the ratio. So 12 upon x equals to 3/2. When we solve it, we get x equals to 8 months. So Geeta invested for 8 months. Clear? Is the correct answer. Next one. Next question is, a year ago, the cost of Maruti and Figo are in the ratio 3:4. The ratio of present and past year cost of Maruti and Figo are 5:4 and 3:2. If the sum of their present cost is 7.8 lakh, find the cost of Figo a year ago. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now, according to question, last year ratio of cost of Maruti and Figo. L represent the last year, M represent the Maruti. Same way, L represent the last year, F represent the Figo. Clear? So LM upon LF is 3:4. It is given. Present year and last year ratio of Maruti. What it is given that present P represent present, M represent Maruti. Same way, L represent last year, M represent Maruti. So PM upon LM is equals to 5:4. It is given in the question. In the same way, if we can write it in the formation of only present price of Maruti, so we can write it 5/4 of last year price of Maruti. So same way, present price of Maruti is equals to 5/4 into 3. Clear? We can write it, which becomes 15/4. Same way, present price of Figo and last year price of Figo, clear, is equals to ratio has been given 3:2. So we can write it, present price of Figo is 3/2 of last year price of Figo. So when we calculate it, we use last year price of Figo, we know that. So we use it. So present price of Figo will become 3/2 multiplied by 4, which is 6. Now, according to question, present price of Figo ratio present price of Maruti is equals to 6:15/4. We can write it. Clear? We get present price of Figo, which is 6, and present price of Maruti, which is 15/4. So when we solve it, we get 8:5. Now, present price of Figo, 8 upon 13, because the sum of these two units, 8 plus 5, 13, and 8 is the present price of Figo. So 8 upon 13 multiplied by 7/7.8, because it is given that the sum of their cost is 7.8 lakh. So we get the present price of Figo, which is 4.8 lakh. Now the question says that find the cost of Figo a year ago. Clear? So we know that last year price of Figo and present year of price of Figo is 2:3. So we can calculate last year price of Figo is 2 by 3 multiplied by 4 by 4.8, which is 3.2 lakhs. So A is the correct answer. Next one. Two candles of the same height are lighted at the same time. The first is consumed in 8 hours and the second in 6 hours. Assuming that each candle burns at a constant rate, in how many hours after being lighted, the ratio between the heights of the first and second candle becomes 2:1. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says that the two candles having same height. So first we let the height of the candle, which is x, and the time required for t hours. Okay. Now according to question, in 1 hour, first candle lighted x upon it, because it takes 8 hours to consume the first candle to finish it. So in 1 hour, how much candle lighted? X upon it. In t hour, it will be tx upon it. Clear? After t hour, remaining candle will be x minus xt upon 8. So we can take x common. So we can write it in bracket 1 minus t upon 8. Solution to be continued. Similarly, for the second candle, we can write it x 1 minus t upon 6. We can write it. So now in the question it is given that the ratio of these two candles after t hours. So what is the ratio? Is 2:1. So we can calculate it. X in the bracket 1 minus t upon 8 upon x in bracket 1 minus t upon 6 equals to 2:1. It is given. So when we solve it, x will be cancelled out. And when we calculate it, we get t equals to 24 by 5, which is 4 hours 48 minutes. So after 4 hours and 48 minutes, the ratio of the height of the candles will be 2:1. Next one. The total of daily wages of Ram, Shyam and Mohan is 450 rupees. If they respectively spend 25%, 20% and 50% of their income, then the ratio of their savings become 9:8:4. What is the income of Ram? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Income of Ram, Shyam and Mohan be x, y, z. We can let it respectively. So according to question, Ram's saving will be 75% of x, which is 3/4 of x, because he spent 25%. So he saved 75%. In the same way, Shyam's saving will be 80% of y, because he spent only 20%. So it will become 4/5 y. Same way, Mohan saving 50% of z, which is 1/2 of z. Let their saving be, and the given in the question it is given also that ratio of their savings, which is 9:8:4. Their saving ratios has been given. So we can compare it. Let their saving be 9k, 8k and 4k. Then for person Ram, 3x upon 4 is equals to 9k. In the same way, for Shyam, 4y by 5 equals to 8k and 1/2z equals to 4k. When we calculate it, we get 12k, 10k and 8k. Solution to be continued. So question says that the total amount which are distributed between Ram, Shyam and Mohan is 450. So x plus y plus z is 450. And we know that x equals to 12x, y equals to 10k and z equals to 8k. So the sum of all these three, and when we calculate k, 30k is equals to 450, so k equals to 15. So Ram's income is 12k, so 12 into 15, which is 180 rupees. Next one. On entire earth, the ratio between land and water is 1:2. And at the northern hemisphere, this ratio is 2:3. What will be the ratio of land with water at southern hemisphere? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. According to question, let the land and water part on earth be x and 2x. It is given in the question because question says that on entire earth the ratio of between land and water is 1:2. So we let x and 2x. So total area will become 3x. Now total area of northern hemisphere, what it will be? 3/2 of x. Clear? 3/2 of x hoga. So in the same way, land part of the northern hemisphere, which is 2/5, we added 2 plus 3, which is 5. 2/5 multiplied by 3x/2, which is 3x/5. So land part of southern hemisphere, total land is x, and land in northern hemisphere is 3x/5. So we subtract it, we get the land part in southern hemisphere, which is 2x/5. Same way, water part in northern hemisphere, which is 3/5, multiplied by 3x/2. When we calculate it, we get 9x/10. So water part on southern hemisphere, it is given that 2x. So we subtract 2x minus 9x/10, which is 11x/10. So the ratio of these two southern hemispheres, water and land, becomes 2x/5, which is land part, and 11x/10, which is water part. When we solve it, we get 4:11. Clear? Next one. The ratio of incomes of A, B, and C is 3:7:4, and the ratio of their expenditure is 4:3:5. If in the income of rupees 2400, A saves 300 rupees, then the saving of B and C is respectively. Clear? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time starts now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Question says that A's income is 2400. Clear? And he saves 300 rupees. So income of B will be 7/3 of 2400, because 3 unit is equals to 24. So 7 unit will be 5600. Same way, income of C is equals to 4/3 multiplied by 24, which is 3200. Clear? Now the expenditure of A, 2400 minus 300, because A saves 300 rupees. So he spent 2100. In the same way, when we know the value of expenditure of A, so we can calculate the expenditure of B. 3/4 multiplied by 2100, which is 1575. Expenditure of C will be 5/4 multiplied by 2100, which is 2625. Clear? Because it is given that the expenditure of A, B, and C is 4:3:5. So if 4 is equals to 2100, so what will be the value of 3 and what will be the value of 5? So we get the 2650. So now what will be the saving of B and C? So we can subtract expenditure from the income. So income of B is 5600 and expenditure is 1575. So what will be the saving? 4025. In the same way, saving of C, income is 3200, expenditure is 2625. So saving is 575. So A is the correct answer. Next one. The ratio of wine and water in a drum is 3:1. What part of the mixture is taken out and same amount of water is added to it so that the ratio of wine and water in the mixture become 1:1? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time starts now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Let the quantity of wine and water in drum 1 is 3x and x respectively, because ratio has been given 3:1. So we can let it 3x and x. Now let y liter of mixture is taken out and y liter water is mixed. We can take out y liter and we add only water, pure water, y liters. So in y liter of mixture, when wine will be 3/4 of y liter and water will be removed 1/4 of y. Clear? So amount of wine in new mixture, 3x was the previous amount minus 3/4 liter. In the same way, amount of water will be x minus y/4. plus y, because we add y liter of water only. So it will become x plus 3y by 4. Now the question says it, these two equations are equal because the ratio of milk, water and wine will be equal in new mixture. So we can compare it. So 3x minus 3y by 4 equals to x plus 3y by 4. When we calculate it, we get y equals to 4x by 3, which is 1/3 of the total mixture. Clear? Next one. The ratio of age between A and B is 6:5, and the age of each C and D is 9/10 time of B. Age of F is less than A but greater than B. The ratio of ages between B and E is 2:3. Also, age of A is 3 years less than E. What is the ratio of age of A and F? If all the ages are in integers. So you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. According to question, B is equals to 5/6 of A. Same way, C and D is 9/10 of B. B is equals to 2/3 of E, and E minus A equals to 3. So we can say that B equals to 5/6 of A is equals to 2/3 of E. Clear? So A upon E equals to 4/5, or we can say that E equals to 5/4 of A. Now we use this equation, E minus A equals to 3. So E minus A equals to, we can write it in the place of E, 5/4 of A minus A. So we can calculate the value of A, which is 12. Now we put the value of A, we get the value of B, C, D and E. So E is 15, B is 10, C and D both are equal, so they are 9 and B is 10. So C, D are equals to 9 and F is 11. So ratio between A and F equals to 12:11. So the A is the correct answer. Next one. 3 vessels having volume in the ratio 2:3:5 are full of mixture of water and milk. In the first vessel, ratio of water and milk is 1:3. In the second, 2:3, and in the third vessel, 2:5. If all the 3 vessels were poured out in a large container, what is the resulting ratio of milk and water? So you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says it, in the first vessel, wine, water and milk in the ratio 1:3. Clear? It is given that water and milk ratio 1:3. In the second vessel, water and milk ratio, which is 2:3. In the third vessel, water and milk ratio is 2:5. So when we compare it, proportion of water is 1/4, 2/5 and 2/7. When we just calculate the water in total amount. Clear? So total amount is 4 and water is 1 unit. So we can write it 1/4. In the same way, total amount in second vessel is 5 unit, in which 2 unit is water. So we can write it 2/5. In the same way, 2/7, we can write it how, from where? 5 and 2 is equals to 7 and 2 unit is water. So we can write it 2/7. So we make them in equal formation. So what we do? 1/4 multiplied by 5 multiply 7 upon 5 multiply by 7. Same way, 2/5 multiply by 4 into 7 upon 4 into 7. In the same way, 2 upon 7 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 5 upon 4 multiplied by 5, which it gives you 35 upon 140, 56 upon 140 and 40 upon 140. Clear? Solution to be continued. Now, since all these mixtures are mixed in the ratio 2:3:5, so first we make them in the ratio 2:3:5. Therefore, new ratio will become 70 upon 280, 168 upon 420 and 200 upon 700. So amount of water, we add the numerator because in the numerator we use water form. So 70 plus 168 plus 200, which is become 438. Now amount of milk, total amount minus amount of water, we get the milk. Clear? So 280 plus 420 plus 700 minus 438, which is 962. So what is the ratio of milk to water? Now it will become 962 upon 438, which is 481 ratio 219. Clear? Next. Now we today summarize the today's class, ratio, proportion and partnership. Now what is ratio? A comparison of two quantities expressed as a fraction showing how much of one quantity exists relative to another. For example, the ratio of 2 to 3 can be written as 2:3 or 2/3. Same way, proportion an equation that state two ratios are equal. For example, A upon B equals to C upon D. Then A, B, C and D are in same proportion. Now what is partnership? In a business context, a partnership is a legal arrangement where two or more individuals share ownership and management of the business. Profit and losses are typically shared based on the ratio of their investment or agreed term. Okay. Now, thank you.